Hey everybody. So I'm going to go through the expectations for the Earth Day activity today. So this is the Oats intro video. You're actually watching that now. Always nice to think about our norms and how we're taking care of ourselves and others. This survey is going to go to guidance counselors and grade leaders and myself and Mr. Gibbons to make sure that, and Ms. Swersler, to make sure that everybody's doing all right and how we can improve for you guys with Weston School from Home. We went over these two slides last time, just having you think about how you can take care of yourself, right? Some different options, some different ways to think about it. We have our mindfulness menu once again. So choose one, give it a shot. If you liked yours last time, please feel free to do it again. If you didn't, try something new. And Miss Heichelbeck was really nice enough to put together this as kind of like a Earth Day mantra, little mindfulness exercise to try to do. If you're into that, feel free to skip this if you don't want to do it, but it'd be kind of good for you and kind of get yourself in the mode for Earth Day later in this slides. For those of you that are struggling with anything really, I think this checklist kind of spoke to me on, I actually kind of do these things without thinking about the list every day. So I recommend you kind of do this and think about this. If you want to copy and keep that on your desktop, I think it might be a good idea. And I like to remind people of, only be worrying about things that you're in control of and not what you can't control, right? So other people going crazy about toilet paper, don't worry about that. All right. You'll be able to take care of that. And then you get to make your own decisions and how you look at yourself and all that good stuff. All right. Another reminder of when you should wash your hands is quite a bit, turns out. When we took the last survey from a couple weeks ago, the biggest theme, I think, was helping to manage your time and helping with this Weston School from Home, right? So this is a nice video that Ms. Heichelbeck found to help with that. I think it's a good one. And this is just acknowledging this is a really hard thing. You're going through a very unique experience that no one has gone through before. Okay. So, if you're having a tough day, read this and just realize that, you're not alone. A lot of kids struggling right now. I'd like you to, out of that whole first 12 slides, right, I want you to pop in a couple answers here, and that's your first time actually interacting with the slides here. All right. And then take a break. You can take advantage of that. Here's some suggestions on what to do. But of course, you spend your break however you need to reset, and then a little T-swizzle down here to keep you busy. Good times. And then we go into our Earth Day activity, and I'm going to move myself here because it's really important that you guys recognize Miss O'Donnell, Miss Bossers, and Chloe Zong really stepped up and helped me with this activity. So thank you, you three. You are fantastic. Miss Heichelbeck, obviously, too, because I've mentioned her twice already. These guys are awesome. This is a really, really cool video from a guy that won Best Short Video involving the environment this year. Very cool video. I recommend you enjoy that one. And then some data slides that Chloe put together just to have you kind of get a good idea about, what's going on in the world right now and what we need to fix. This video explains what carbon footprint is, and then you're actually going to calculate your own carbon footprint. So on the right side here, you're going to actually add up the numbers that you get from each question, and then you're going to think about this down here. Anything over 2,500 means you're not really helping out the environment very much. In fact, you're hurting it, right? So we have to think about ways to get your carbon footprint down. All right. This is a cool. So I took a screenshot and put it on here. This is a link you have to actually exit the slides to go look at, but it talks about all the different emissions and how they've changed from 1860 all the way up to today. Pretty interesting stuff. And then you're going to have a reflection here about just some data that you were surprised by. All right. I'm asking you to write down 3 things that you kind of learned or found interesting during this Earth Day part so far. And then Ms. Zong was nice enough to make a word search for you. No cheating. All right. Don't look at the video now. You have to do it later. You can print that out and do some word search. And I love a word search. And then we also have this, again, made by Chloe, a way to go through some flashcards, kind of like learn some terms that you can use. You can play a quiz, and if you're feeling crazy, you can challenge a friend. Don't challenge Chloe; she made the questions. And then we go into what you can do as a student and what you can do as a young person, kind of figuring out how you want to help the environment. All right. So this is taken from National Geographic. It's a bunch of good resources. Scroll through, read those. They're easy to do's that I think also work in with our quarantine going on. Like, these are things you can do anyway, right? And then if you've done something really cool, share it on social media. Send it to me, and I'll share it on my videos or something, because it's really important that we start taking our environment very seriously. Um, and then at the end, everybody has to do one product, right? So I'm asking you to either make something kind of artsy over here, where you're kind of like sharing your message, whether that's a sign on your window, bumper sticker, something like that. Verbal, you can try to contact your congressman if you want to email, or congresswoman, or whoever, congressperson, or senator. You can certainly email them, or you can go do some research, read some more, and then in the next slide, you're going to actually enter what you did. So if you did the last one, you would enter a text slide. The other ones, you might take a picture or a screenshot. All right. And then, very special surprise, Mr. Gibbons actually spent Earth Day in Weston cleaning up the campus of the high school and the middle school. So thanks to him for doing that, making our world a better place. And it's a funny little video, so take some time watching that to end your day. All right. And then for those of you that are feeling energized by this or just want to save this for later, I found this online. It was pretty cool that you actually can go through and take a virtual tour of these national parks. Maybe ask mom and dad, like, hey, I'd like to go to Bryce Canyon National Park in Utah someday. See if they can take you. And then, sorry, parents. And then just some additional research, that some really good resources that you might want to look through if this is something that interests you. Give your best effort today. Again, 2 hours, 2.5 hours, shouldn't be more than that. And then make sure you connect with your advisor and participate in your advisory lesson, which should be happening from 12 to 3 o'clock. Have an awesome day.